pie. So
Ooh, scary.
I'm not all ghosts, but you know, I'm doing a few other ghost books too. One of the stories that I want to get down on paper, but it's just taken a little bit of time, is about my possession with Robert the Doll. I went through several years of hell, and
Really?
it was before I understood that there were multiple entities with Robert. And you know, in trying to find things out, things got really dark, and I had multiple attachments, and I ended up I put out a plea on social media begging for help. If, Before that, I thought, oh, I'm Mr. Ghost Guy, I know everything. This smacked me down so hard and made me realize I know nothing. And somebody put me in touch with a Santeria priest in town. He came over. He goes through the house. He goes, David, I'm not getting anything. And this is the night after I had been yanked from my bed, which is why I was so terrified. And when he got to the bedroom, he said, there it is. I can't deal with this on my own. And he brought more Santeria priests from Miami, and they didn't charge me anything. They were doing this to help. They did a misa, a spirit mass. And it wasn't like you see in the movies where it was midnight with the candles burning. It was middle of the day with the windows open and the lights on. And they removed dozens of spirits from me that were possessing me. I saw spirits. They introduced me to spirit guides, and I saw them as clearly as I see you right now. It really gave me a different understanding of what's out there. It gave me a taste of it. And, you know, so that it's one of those things where you have to be careful revisiting it.
Yeah. And that's perfect, because that's exactly where I was going to go dealing in this world. Like, I have this whole spirituality thing behind me, magic thing behind me. I have a school that teaches that, University Magicus. Right. And I'm so glad, because people get into the paranormal who don't realize what it is, and you get into trouble. And now people really are knowing you have to have whatever your backup plan is, where you're working within your faith, your religion, your belief system, Santeria, Jesus, whatever that is, know who you're going to call and what you're going to do, it. And we're really starting to teach that. Stefan Brigatti, who's a good investigator, and I are teaching a What If You Have Negative Attachment class next Sunday. I'm actually bringing in my nephew and his wife, who's been fighting negative attachments in their house. I just had them on the first Ghost Adventures house calls, and what it's like to be fighting. I should have you come talk to it too. When you have a possession, when you realize it, when you don't realize it. My friend Kadrick Olson, who also teaches at the school, he teaches paranormal protection, because, you know, it doesn't, whether you call it religion or spirituality, you just have to know we're opening doors, we're walking into places. It's serious.
And I think a lot of times in the paranormal world, there are a lot of egos. And I think a lot of times when people have the ego, they say, I don't need to do that. You know, they might tell other people, oh, you should cleanse, you should protect yourself. But then when it comes to doing it themselves, they'll think, well, I do this all the time, I don't need to. And I think a lot of times people learn the hard way about that. I know I was so terrible at it, and I was giving ghost tours every night. So I was out dealing with different spirits, and it's almost as if the spirits could see that I was more susceptible to them, and they'd come in trying to communicate, but maybe I wouldn't hear them, and then they'd get frustrated. It started causing chaos. So when they did the Santeria ritual, they gave me like a door lady, and you know, so she's one of my guides, and she's stationed with me because I was so terrible. So she's just at the velvet rope, and if any spirits come up, she's like, nope, sorry, you're not coming in, private party. But it's so important for people to cleanse.